Hello, in this lecture we start with the questions which I gave you for practice. The first question is two charges 5 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb and minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb are located 16 centimeter apart. At what points on the line joining the two charges is the electric potential 0? Take potential at infinity to be 0. Let C is a point at which the potential due to the charges is 0, and this point is at a distance x from the charge 5 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb and is a distance 16 minus x from the charge minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb. The potential at point C is 0 because of the sum of potential due to the charge at A and due to the charge at B. So this is the equation. Now putting the value, potential at C due to the charge at A is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught the charge at A upon the distance between the point A and C, and that it is represented by RA. Similarly, the potential at C due to the charge at B is given as the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught times the charge divided by the distance BC. Let it is represented by RB. Taking the K common, substituting the values, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square, and the value of the charge A, value of the charge B, then RA is x and distance BC, that is 16 minus x, and then solving this equation, taking the 10 to the power minus 8 common, it is left. Do the cross multiplication and multiply these two quantities. This is the result, adding 5x and 3x. So x is equal to 10 centimeter from the charge 5 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb. The next question is, a regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge of 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. Calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. As it is a regular hexagon, so this angle is 120 degree. If we join it with the center, then it is 60 degree. This is also 60 degree. This angle is also 60 degree. It means it is an equilateral triangle whose all sides are equal. It means the distance OA, OB, OC, etc. all distances are of 0.1 meter. Now the potential due to the charge at A at point O is equal to K into the charge upon the distance OA, which is represented by R. The value of the electrostatic constant is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. The value of the charge is given 5 microcoulomb. So in place of micro, 10 to the power minus 6. Distance is 10 centimeter, which is converted into the meter, and answer is 45 into 10 to the power 4 volt. Similarly, due to the charge at B, the answer is 45 into 10 to the power 4 volt. Due to the charge at C, the answer is same. And due to the all charges which is placed at the vertices of the hexagon, the answer is 45 into 10 to the power 4 volt. When we add all these potentials, then it is the 6 times of the 45 into 10 to the power 4 volt, which is equal to 270 into 10 to the power 6 volt, and that is 2.7 megavolt. Next question is, a charge of 8 millicoulomb is located at the origin. Calculate the work done in taking the charge of minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 from the point P to the point Q through the point R. Now, the thing which is to be noted in a mind, that the point P, the coordinates are given for the point P, and it shows that the point P lies on the z-axis and is at a distance of 3 centimeter from the origin. Similarly, when we look at the coordinates of the point Q, it shows that the point Q lies on the y-axis at a distance of 4 cm from the origin, and the charge is at the origin. Second property which we used here is that the electrostatic force is a conservative force. That is, work done in going from the point P to the point Q is same as in going from point P to R and then from R to Q. So work done in going from point P to Q is written as charge into the potential of the point Q minus the potential at the origin due to the charge at P. As you know that the potential difference is equal to the work done per unit charge. So charge into potential difference of the 2 points give you the work done in moving the charge from the point P to the point Q. Now use the relation of the potential, that is kq upon 0.04. Similarly, the potential at the point P is equal to kq upon 0.03, which is written in this way, and on solving we get the answer, that is the 1.2 joule. Now let us do the derivation of the expression of an electric potential at a point due to an electric dipole. As you know very well that the dipole has two lines, one is an axial line and the other is equatorial line. The line which joins the two charges or along the axis is an axial line, and the line which is perpendicular to the line joining the two charges is called equatorial line. Now this time we find out the potential on the axial line of the dipole. Now say it is a dipole consists of the two charges minus q and plus q, and its dipole moment is P. O is a midpoint of the dipole. The two charges are placed at a distance of the 2L. As a result, the OA is L and OB is also L. P is a point which lies on the axial line of the dipole and is at a distance x from the midpoint of the dipole. So the distance AP is equal to x plus L and the distance BP is equal to x minus L. Now the potential at this point, at the point P, due to the charge Q plus, that is the charge which is placed at B, is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon the distance BP, which is equal to x minus L. Similarly, the potential at P due to the charge minus Q is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught times the charge minus Q upon the distance between the two charges, that is point A and point P, and it is equal to x plus P. The total potential at the point P is the sum of these two potentials. In this case, we have also includes the sign of the charges. So the net potential, which is equal to the sum of this potential and this potential, is written in this way. So the potential at P is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q into 2L upon x square minus L square. As you know, the product of the charge into the distance between them is represented as a dipole moment. So the final expression is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught x square minus L square. Here we are considering only the magnitude of the dipole moment, as potential is a scalar quantity. Thank you and have a nice day.